Lane.
Captain Reggie.
What's going on, young man?
All right, we have arrived. We have arrived in day number 2. Welcome, everybody. It's so interesting to see how 1/3 of the people are here and the rest are not here. It's so interesting to see that, isn't it? And I say that because I want to acknowledge all of you for being here. Let me make sure I can see you all. First, there we go. Look at that. Mark, Reggie, James, Daniel, fucking Nestor, Vince, Lane. Look who the fuck is here. I acknowledge all of you guys. There was 30 something people here yesterday, and there's only like 6 of you.
Let's
How's
go.
that feel? How's that fucking feel?
Go.
Knowing that you showed up for yourself. I acknowledge you. So let's jump in. It's going to be a busy one today, so we're going to jump in. We're going to do a little assignment. All right. It's going to set the context. All right. So here's how this is going to work. Oh, we got the late folks. Okay. We got the late folks. Late. I wonder where else they're late inside their life. That's where my mind goes. I'm really curious about that. But we won't go there right now. We won't process. We will just continue the motion and train. All right. Here we are. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to break into 5 minutes. We're going to do an exercise for 5 minutes. This exercise is called the Cash Pot Mission. The Cash Pot Mission. So all of you here have 5 minutes. And in this 5 minutes, everyone must get their number of how much money they're committed to creating in the next 4 days. By Saturday noon, everyone's going to have their individual number, and it'll be known by all of you in some way, shape, or form. You get to create that. And then I'm gonna have one of you be the leader, the facilitator, the guide to get all that, to add it all up. And this is going to be the cash pot for the unit for the next 4 days until Saturday noon. So what also gets to happen in 5 minutes, if each of you gets to go and talk about why this is what's at stake if I don't hit this week. What's at stake? So again, to clarify, 1, everyone's going to have their cash number. 2, by the end of 5 minutes, someone's going to share with me what that number is. But by the time the 5 minutes is up, all of you have spoken about your cash number and what's at stake if you don't hit it this week. Are the instructions clear? Okay.
Yeah, pretty clear.
What's this challenge called?
5-day challenge.
What's it really called?
Cash pot.
Make money.
The Make More Sales Challenge, right? And I think there's something said make 5K in the next 5 days, right? So we got to get some momentum about money, right? So we can shift into creating that. So 5 minutes, the clock starts now.
I designate Nestor to go around and take the number.
You want me to take number? All right, go. What's your number, Mark?
$5,000.
5K?
Yeah.
Okay, who's next?
Is that cash collected or commissions?
It's commissions. The cash pot's
Commissions. Thanks, Patrick.
Commissions.
He's still there.
revenue,
Cool.
business revenue, mission, whatever. Money in the pocket.
7K.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll go for 5K.
5K.
7K.
5K.
5K for me.
5K.
Mine is
for me.
5,500.
5,500. Who else? Is that everyone?
No,
Yeah,
I was on mute. So it's commissions, right?
Yes.
Commissions in your pocket.
Yeah. So it's gonna be about. I'm gonna go for 1,000.
Okay.
Nestor, what's your number?
I'm going to go 3K.
Yep. Same.
Lane, 3K?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 10 for my team since I oversee a sales team.
All right. I think that's everybody, right?
Dominique, are you talking? You're on mute. I don't know if he's talking to us or not.
What's going on, guys? I just joined.
Tim, we're picking a number we're going to have earned by Friday, by the end of this event. Cash in your pocket.
By Saturday noon. Saturday noon.
Veronica, us three declared 11, so I think that covers your 10.
I'll do 15 then.
Sheesh. All right. So that's 55.5 if that's everyone.
I'll jump in here. I'd say like cash collected by Saturday. Let's go 3K.
That's in your pocket.
Commission.
In my pocket.
Yeah.
Commission. $2,500.
Okay. So that's 58,000 guys total.
I'm gonna do
sorry.
6,000 for this week.
All right, cool. So that's 64K guys. If that's everyone, that's 64K as a collective.
Must share what's at stake.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll go. What's at stake? So I'm going with a cosmetic offer to regrow hair, but my goal, my love is to just help people heal, and so I need a product that has cash flow that I can get off the ground and then go into the healing business, and like otherwise I'm stuck. If it doesn't work, like I'm stuck at a 100K job a year, like in survival mode.
Yeah, what's at stake for me is potentially my team members going into Christmas not being able to take care of their families like they want to.
Thank you. Let's be urgent because we have 2 minutes and we all get to share what's at stake.
What's at stake for my prospects is not finding remote freedom and spending more time with their families.
Thank you.
For me, this would be not having a hard conversation. That's also an important one that could result in that money, and then that money basically funding a family holiday, which we haven't had in 4 years.
Yeah, what's at stake for our prospects is they wouldn't have extra passive income.
Thank you.
What's at stake for my prospects is that they regret never having the courage to change the course of their family tree.
What's at stake for me? Let's start with my prospects. What's at stake for my prospects is, someone's grandma is going to continue to be overweight and God forbid get a heart attack or a stroke and is not going to like the way she's going to look also not going to like the way she looks when she looks in the mirror. And on top of that too, for me, I'm not going to be able to make the move to Paraguay in a couple months.
Thank you.
What's at stake for me is not living up to my promises to my family and be able to provide a really nice vacation at the end of December.
What's at stake for me is when I move, I won't have like a level of like security that I want for my family in terms of cash saved.
What's at stake for me is that I won't have the money to pay for my PhD program.
Thank you. What's at stake for me is relationships. Not coming through with my word, with my partner. And for my prospects, same thing, not being their word and not being financially free like we declare we will be.
What's at stake for me is having to continue working extra jobs and not focusing solely on the one that matters the most.
What's at stake for me is my family consistently still be financially insecure.
30 seconds.
What's at stake for my clients is they potentially go through a divorce, lose their family, and possibly lose their lives. And for me, it's maybe having to get like a regular 9-to-5 job.
Thank you. Is that everyone?
What's at stake for me is operational expenses. I got about 30K in debt and rent's 3,000, so I need to make sure I make that so I can keep on track.
Thank you, Oscar. All right, great job, guys.
Thank you, Nestor.
Okay. Why did we do this? Why did we do this?
Accountability.
Okay. Why else?
Declaration.
Yeah, speak it into existence.
Yeah.
Leverage
Yes.
on ourselves.
Leverage. Yes. Here, what did it take for all of you to create this in 5 minutes? What did it take?
Focus.
Focus. Notice,
Participation.
hear this, hear these words. Okay. James, put this in the chat. Focus. What else?
Intention.
Participation.
Participation. What else? What other ways of being of operation did it take to create this?
Intention.
Intention.
Vulnerability.
Vulnerability.
Vocalization.
Vocalization.
Courage.
Courage. What was the big one? Someone said it.
Commitment.
Urgency.
Urgency. Fucking urgency. Life is now. Leads are now. Too much is at stake now. Urgency. Urgency, urgency, urgency. That could have took 30 minutes or took 5. You created the result from who you were being, the operating system that created the doing. Y'all track that? You created it from the energy of urgency. Right? Imagine if you had this energy of urgency and you produced in your business or in your sales, which you will with this energy, with this urgency, right? Of now. I want you all to say this out loud with me. Now.
Now.
Now. Now.
Now.
Now. Now.
Now.
Now. Yeah. Now. Because if you're not now, how the fuck are your prospects going to enroll now? The energy is not congruent. Right? Now energy. Now energy. Not later now. Not later now. Not later now. Now. Not later. Not tomorrow, today. Right? The biggest thing I want you to take from that is the being behind the doing. See, most closers, most business owners live in mechanism. What do I say? How do I say it? What's the script? What's the process? How many of you have been that guy where you're like, what's the script? What's the process? Give me the process. Give me the script. Yes. That's you operating from mechanism. Mechanism. You are in your head overthinking. And that is not closing energy. That is not connected energy. That is not I trust you energy. Why do people buy? Because they trust you. They trust you. So the top percent of closers, the fully embodied closers, sales reps, sales leaders, setters, they live in intention. They close with intention. And that's where we're going today. So what is intention? I am the cause of this. If there was an objection, I caused it. Something that I said caused them to say no. It's my fault. It has nothing to do with the words or the perfect pitch or the consequence question. Fuck that. It's who showed up behind the Zoom room. The magnetic influence or the people pleaser? Who showed up? I don't know. Is it the people pleaser? Was it the friend zone? Did you enter the friend zone? Or did you lead them to what they want? That is the two different 1.0, 2.0 operating systems. And that's where we're going today. Because this matters. Who must I be for them? Be for them? What energy must I be for them to say yes? You ever thought about that? What energy must I be for them to say yes? And what do I want them to feel or experience Because people buy for what? Two reasons. Only two reasons. Because I said it yesterday, there's no more questions and they feel like it. Our only job is to make them feel like buying. And if there's no more questions, it's done. To make them feel like buying, if you say something that makes them question you, they're in resistance. And when they're in resistance, what happens? They're making up a story about you and they're judging you. But they won't ever tell you because of who you're being with them. All right, I'm gonna pause right here for a second. Let's have a conversation on this. What's coming up for you guys? Someone share, follow that impulse. First person to share, go for it.
I can share something. This came up for me yesterday around this. I had a potential client wanting to delay signing up with us, and I could have very easily gone like the people pleasing route, and I chose to go the leadership route, even though I knew it might be challenging and uncomfortable for them. But that's what I chose because I knew it was best for them to get the outcomes they wanted. And so if I actually cared about them, I have to operate from that energy in that place in the way that I communicate, even if it's uncomfortable for me.
Yes. Yes. And that's you leading from intention, right? Versus knowing the right way. So leading from mechanism is what closers and business owners is when they live from mechanism, they're not producing at top levels. The most successful leaders on the planet, all of them are in 80%. They're selling, they're operating in the energy of intention, right? No matter what happens, and exactly what happened with you, James. So rather than being needing to know the right way, you went into trust in leadership, which is intention. I'm going to lead. I'm going to trust myself to lead. Beautiful. And by the way, this is from leading. Intention is leading from who you are, not what you know. Who you are, not what you know. And embodying that way of being, regardless of how you feel or what they think of you. Right? So an example of mechanism is simply, I don't know what to say. How many of you operate sometimes right now and I don't know what to say? Anybody? Yeah, I get that. I used to be that guy. But that's mechanism, right? And then when they look at you, they see you and they experience you as what? Like hesitant, doubtful. And that energy leaks and they see that. And what happens? What happens when there's doubt? And Nestor, what happens?
They don't close.
Why?
Because that's what we're leading them into. To doubt, to scarcity.
Yeah, our job is to turn their doubts into what?
Confidence.
Opportunities. Possibilities and opportunity. That's our only job in sales, is to turn every doubt, every limitation into possibility. Limitation to possibility. Write that down. One thing I suggest that you guys do today, I'm going to challenge you, get a sticky note, put limitation, possibility. Limitation, possibility. Are you operating in 1.0 limitation or are you operating in possibility? Limitation. They're either enrolling you in their limitations and you're believing that shit, right? Because you're in your own fucking story of limitation. It's true. Or you're in possibility and you're focusing on their future and only thinking about their future and their family the whole time. Tell me about your family. Tell me about your future. Tell me about what you want. Tell me why that matters. What happens when you get that? What's life like over there? Operating from limitation. Even when they tell you limitation, you just notice it and you move on. You don't give it any energy. If you give it energy, it's because you are operating in limitation in that moment. Limitation, possibility. 1.0, 2.0. Now, I'm going to go back to this. The reason we did that first 5-minute segment is because that was operating from intention, urgency. There was no thinking in that. It was the being of it that drove the results. Your results were incredible. You got it all done from who you're being, not what you were doing. Right? And this is that be, do, have framework. This is the core operating system of what I train and teach inside my programs and inside what we do. This is really important. So I want to do this. I want to teach you today and train you how to actually audit your sales calls like a ninja and auditing them from the being versus the doing. But we can't do that till I look at a sales call. So whoever drops who's got a sales call right now, we can look at. Anybody ready to go? Does anyone have one? Who has one? Somebody have one?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yep. Do I got Kevin? See, okay, you got
Yep.
one ready to go, Kevin? All right,
Yep.
Kevin.
Yep. Yep. I just need to
All right.
download it, and it's good to go.
So by the end of this hour, all of you are going to be a call surgeon, a savage call surgeon. You're going to be able to audit your own calls like a sniper. Why? Because if you can see where you really lost the sale, you won't do it again. So I do something with Joel Esther called the roast your closers, and I host it every month, generally every month, and I probably do 10 to 15 of these where I roast people, right? And I roast them with rigorous love, meaning I don't sell them short because I want them to rise. I want them to never do that ever again. So Kevin,
Just sent it to you.
Cool. Did you drop it in the chat?
No, I did
Okay.
it in I WhatsApped it to you, but I'm gonna send it to you in the chat right
Drop it in
now.
the chat.
Cool.
Kevin, do I have permission to roast you?
Yes, of course, please.
Okay. For what's at stake for you, not for me.
Listen, I've been roasted by Andrew Dice Clay. I can handle this.
Okay. Yep. And it's important to know where the space I'm coming from. I'm coming from, I want to serve him. I don't want him to go back to this 1.0 state.
It's not letting me do it.
Not letting
Yeah,
me
it's not letting me. It's not letting me. I'm letting you do it, but it's not letting me put it in the chat. I just WhatsApped it to you. Would that be okay?
I got it. Yeah.
Hello?
It's an audio. Okay, this will be interesting. This will be very interesting. Okay. You guys ready for this? So my intention, we're going to spend a couple minutes. I have no idea what's going to happen, right? But I trust myself to know what is showing up and how the prospect's being perceived and how what's showing up that needs to be said and heard in the space. So we're gonna jump in with this, and I'm gonna tell you exactly. I'm gonna break this down with you guys. So let me get the audio in. Okay, let's figure out how to do this. I hear it, but you guys don't. So let's get this in.
I can hear it.
Oh,
yeah, I hear it too.
Okay, cool.
Hi, Melissa.
There we go.
Yes.
Melissa, good evening. My name is Kevin. I am calling you with LipoMax. You are on a recorded line, by the way. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, and you?
I am.
Pause. What did you first say? That first line? You said you're on a recorded line?
Yeah, you guys say that for compliance purposes. It's part of the script.
Okay. Script. Are you following a script?
Yeah.
Why are you following a script?
Because the company makes us follow the script. I do have to say that you're on a recorded line. It's even if I don't follow a script, I still have to say that just for compliance purposes.
Okay. Are you reading a script right now?
In that call, yes, I am. But now, yeah, I do have a script, but I go off it a lot.
Okay.
It's almost like a framework.
So I'm gonna make this very clear. A script is not bad if you want to continue not trusting yourself and wearing a mask. Because my question becomes, who are you being in the script? I want you all to track this right now. If you have a process or a script, the process doesn't matter. It's who you're being that matters. And I prove this over and over and over again. I never learned sales until 2021. Learning sales fucked me up because my beingness was so magnetizing. And so I just didn't give a fuck. I was just being me to the point where like I would get a sale in 15. I didn't have a sales process. I learned one and I created one. But my point is my energy created the yes. It wasn't the actual process. So who are you being in the process?
Doing great. Thank you
So I'm really curious on who you're being in the process, Kevin. Let's find out.
so much for asking. So, the reason for the call today is I'm seeing you schedule some time to go over some health stuff as well as some weight loss stuff. And I'm seeing that you would want to lose somewhere around 60 pounds. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And how much do you currently weigh right now, just so I'm aware?
Probably about.
Hey, Kevin, let me ask you this. What is this your first call that you guys had together?
What do you mean? Yeah,
Business
first call.
strategy
Yeah,
call?
first call.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going, why, right now, my experience of you is like very much in you're in a consultant frame.
hmm
I feel like like consultant, like lawyer consultant frame, like very heavy and very serious. And my experience of you in that energy is like, I feel like we're going to a funeral. It just feels heavy. Anyone else feel kind of heavy? Like, is it a corporate call? Like, are we like, right? There's a heaviness to it. And when there's heaviness to it, what does that do to her nervous system? It closes it down. She won't tell you, but her nervous system shuts down because she won't tell you because she's in her own people pleaser limitation. I can tell she's got like friendly, I accept this energy, right? So like she's not going to tell you. She's in a collapse mode.
Well, no, it's at 150.
So right now you're at 150. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have permission to get into her weight right now. The most important piece in the first 5 minutes is to create what I call the safety frame. Make her feel safe with you.
And how do I do that?
How do you do that? Simple. You want to establish a position where you get there's a couple things to do. One of them is what would make this a win for her today if this happened by the end of the call. You let her own her win. And what's everything she wants to get out of this call today? You guys know what I'm talking about? You ever been on a call where like you wanted the shit out of the call, but you never got it because they never asked you? That's called getting into the mind, into the nervous system. When they get out everything that they want to get out, you just cover that. What else? What else is most important for you to get by the end of this call today? That's one of the 5 elements in the safety frame. Because what does it do? It makes them feel like, at ease. Their nervous system, what? Opens. Doesn't it? That make sense, Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah. So open the nervous system. I trust you. Open nervous system. I trust you. Okay. The second thing to do is ensure that there is permission to coach, permission to consult, permission to be the evil monster. Like, listen, we're going to go some places today that are going to be uncomfortable. But I'm doing it because I want you to get what you want fast. And I'm going to have to go to places today and ask you questions that maybe no one's ever asked you. But I want to discover what's actually really stopping you, what's actually in the way. And what it's going to take is me asking those questions so I can truly support you. Do I have permission to go there with you so I can really see how I can help you? Would you be okay with that? Are you okay with that? Would you allow me to do that for you? The deeper you go there, the more permission they get and the questions don't get weird, ever. Okay, that would be the last question I would ask in the safety frame. Okay.
Got it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
And then go there. Why'd you book a call? Why are you really here?
What about if it's on a cold call? Because that's where a good amount of my calls are.
Yeah.
This was
So we're
this
gonna
wasn't a
keep
cold
going
call.
for today. But yeah, that's enough. Okay. And all you guys are listening as well.
Yes. And I'm only.
A part of transformational selling is to transform them into a dark pit, into the light, is getting their nervous system regulated with you. Coherent nervous system. Nobody trains this. I train it. You have to. If you don't, you're selling from a place of script or process and head. And everyone's like, I don't know how to get into paying with people. Well, it's because your nervous systems are not coherent. One is here, one is here. You've got to get it here first. And then you've got permission to continue going deeper into descent, right? And then they fully trust you. They're open. They're no longer closed. So I'll pause right there. What's someone share what they're taking from here? What's some gold they're taking for themselves and what you're hearing from me?
Like the shared nervous system. If I'm like if my cortisol levels are spiked in the morning and I have to and I get on the phone call and I'm the same way, and that person's super chill, or maybe they're in a happy state and we're not linking up, how could they come to a place of relaxation and permission if they feel that I'm unstable? It's very similar if you have a girlfriend or a wife or whatever. If you're off, they're like, what? And they don't feel good and the whole thing blows up. So it's everything is that sales, like get into mental state. I'm cracked on coffee. I apologize. But mental state, calm down, lock in, create that mode, and they follow you.
Beautiful. Who else?
I got something I can share.
Yeah.
So in my sales career, like I sold a bunch, and then someone said, "Oh, you should get into some sales training and sell bigger items." And so I did. I never sold anything to like nothing. I'm saying not to sell anything, but I never got close to selling in the same quantity before I got sales training, which is it's counterintuitive. And now you're just saying, "Hey, like no script." I mean, I've heard you say it before, but yeah, it means a lot to just be me in the calls and have fun and connect with people.
Yeah. It's the being behind the doing. Who are you being? So when you audit your calls every day, and we'll have a mission at the end today. When you audit your calls, audit who you're being. Who's the person you're seeing? Not as you, but that person. Right? Where are you collapsing? Where are you? And we're going to go into these states, right? Because this is what matters. I do like the way I audit calls and only and teach and train people to be ninjas is by auditing the being behind the doing. This is so much more important. And the close rates go up fairly quickly from that. More sales happen. And because these are the ways of being that block. I put it in the chat. I'll send it over later today as well. That block, meaning you will not close the sale if you're lucky if you did. If you're in control, if you're in looking good people pleaser mask, like if you're in confusion, if you're being right, doubtful, doubt showing up, right? They'll feel the doubt. They'll have a interpretation about your doubt. They'll interpret things about you. You guys know when you're on a sales call with someone else and they have any doubt, you start projecting judgment on them. You judge them a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, we do. I do too. It's like, I don't trust you. Like subconscious, I don't trust you. Like, show me the results. You don't seem confident, right? Doubt, apathy, not caring, avoidance, reactive, right? Apathy is like going way too far and you're too passive. I'm like, is he a salesperson? Is he selling something? Nervousness? You got the tick going on? Attachment? Like you're so attached to the moment, to the thing that you won't let it go and you don't let go of that control. Fear, like these are all the things that I notice that will block the sale. So when you audit your calls, you're auditing like a sniper looking at these things. Who's showing up? And then the second thing is the things I observed when I look back at my own calls, when I now audit people's calls, what I'm looking for is this 2.0 version, this embodied expressed man or woman. Like this leader leads from passion, presence. Are they present? This is the biggest fucking one I see, lack of presence. You're not here. You're not here. So they feel you. Courage. Do you have the courage to take a risk and ask certain questions to them that you're fucking afraid of? If not, you're being selfish, right? You're in a limitation of selfishness. Me energy, not you energy, right? I was with a guy this morning. He came in to work with me one-on-one. Like I went everywhere and anywhere for him because what it took for me is courage. Remember, I operated from intention of being courageous and let go of looking good. I had to for him. I'm like, and I did it in a way to get permission. Hey, can I tell you something that I think you need to hear, but you might not want to hear? Pause permission, because I want to regulate my nervous system with him, right? I don't want to just jam shit. I want to pause, breathe, and then sink into it and ask him the question. Can I ask you, can I share something with you? Right? And it took courage. He's now and I are working one-on-one together. But what it took was me regulating courage, leading with courage, right? Clarity, calm power, conviction, rigor. I say rigor. It takes rigor. Leadership, curiosity, rigorous love, empowerment, trust, and certainty. Certainty. So what I want you to do right now is look at this list, and I want you to look back at your calls over the last 7 days and put it in the chat. Which percentage were you in the disempowering 1.0 way of being? And what percentage of time were you in 2.0 embodied authority, the embodied leader? The 1.0 performer, closer, the one-dimensional closer, identity. What percentage? Like if you were just honest with yourself right now, we're just doing a little bit of an audit. Who showed up? Let's put that in the chat, percentage. And by the way, I'm going to put this in the chat. This is the auditing segment by segment. This is a very different way, a different lens I want you all to look at starting today on who's showing up. So let me see if this will go in there. Oh, there we go. So we got, who was I being during discovery? Who was I being during the pitch? Who was I being during objections? Who showed up in the follow-up? The avoider? The procrastinator? Who was I being before the call? So when you audit your calls starting today, you're going to look at all these things. It's really like crazy to look at it this way and fun. It gets to be fun. By the way, being fun is an empowering state. It's fun to be fun. And when you're fun, people smile. When they smile, they like you. Your third job is in sales is to simply make people feel better about themselves. The thing is, you guys already know this. That's it. So if you're operating from the 1.0 states, are they going to feel better about themselves? No. Right? No, they're not. They're going to feel disempowered, completely disempowered. Okay, so we got the percentage in there. Let's see, 50%, 50%, 50, yeah, 10%. This is going to go up very quickly. The more you audit your calls like a surgeon like this, the more you're going to be like, wow, I didn't really think I had that influence. Remember, you created the objections. You are the objection. You're the cause of it. You created it from something you said or didn't say from the energy of who you're being. Okay. So, what questions you guys have for me on this? Let's talk on this. What questions come up? Comments, questions?
I have a comment. Just how you reiterate, I liked it. It's this. It's really people are secretly wanting to be led, but doing it in a way where you're framing the call at the beginning of the call and asking for permission. So you feel like so you come across as a leader, but somebody with compassion towards their situation. Really, what it comes down to.
Compassion, yes. Thank you, Mr.
Patrick, if like when you're taking, let's say, somebody out and you want to go for the close, right? Like, do you start at the beginning of the day and say, "Do I have permission to like ask you to go to sleep tonight?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you go about getting that permission without being so like, "Do I have permission to lead you today?" You know?
So you have, yeah. So you have permission to lead them because they showed up. They have a problem, and it's your responsibility to figure out if you can solve it or not. What are you asking me exactly, so I can help you?
Like, how do you go about, I guess you asked them, there's a problem, they showed up to get instruction. So they've already given you the ticket to lead them. At that point, it's just how you take them down the line. If you're yelling, screaming, demeaning, pushing, they're gonna back away, reject, reject, reject. if you're warm, leading, conscientious, directing them towards asking their questions, solving all the problems, they're going to naturally follow you.
Yes, and it's also about calling the elephant out in the room before it comes up. This is something I've learned in sales is to just ensure complete safety. And I'm going to say this again because complete safety means they know you're there to lead them. They know they're in a sales call, but it's not talked about. So talk about it. And when I say talk about it, it's, hey, like part of the safety frame is, do I have permission to lead you? Like if I could, like to your outcome, do I have permission to coach you? You're going to need to coach these people. They need coaching, right? If you're selling like an investment offer, you might need to consult them as their investment advisor. I sold millions in investments. Hey, if I need to consult you and kind of tell you what you need to do, like, do I have permission to go there with you today? If I find like there's a problem, and you know what? A types love it. They're like, fucking surrender to that shit. But you got to talk to the analyzer mind, and then they feel safe with you. You got to call it out. Don't be afraid and fuck it up, guys. Don't practice it. Be like, oh, fuck, it worked. It's not a tactic. It's just human behavior. Talk to the analyzer. Talk to the controller. The controller wants results. Tell them, I want to make sure you get the results that you want. Do I have permission to coach you? Like to go deep in your portfolio and discover where things are fucked up so I can help you? Because I really want to help you. It's not about me, it's about them. I really want to help you. Okay, it's that energy. I'm here to serve you. And I need to go deep, especially Kevin in the weight loss stuff. Like we don't need like the surface level stuff is great, but it's like we want to get into the deep pain of like what is if they don't actually lose the weight, like they're going to suffer. What's at stake if you don't lose weight? Why not ask that in the first 5 minutes, Kevin? If you don't lose this 25 pounds, what do you know is going to happen to you? But you can't go there unless you have permission. Okay, you got that, Daniel?
So should I just not be using a script at all? Like this is kind of
no, because who you're being in the script is like boring.
Mhm.
I'm
But I'm
bored.
scared of not having the structure. That's the problem. Because it's like it's almost like when I have like a set list in front of me if I'm playing a
I
show,
hear
like
you.
I need to
And this is why I'm working on unprogramming the fucking industry right now. Everyone's fucked and they're programmed. Let's unprogram you right now. We're gonna unfuck you. We're gonna unfuck your mind. So we're gonna
All right.
delete that. It's gone. It's deleted. Deleted. This is deleted. Okay. It's
Okay.
gone. No longer exist. You can trust yourself. You
Hey
just
Patrick.
yeah.
Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead. You're good.
Sorry about that.
My question is like when as I'm setting making outbound calls, when I feel like I'm falling back into my 1.0 self, how do I just recalibrate as quick as possible to bring
Love
myself back up to the
love that.
2.0?
I love that. I love that. Moment to moment awareness. So just like I say this, the moment you notice you're not present, you're present. Step one is level. I think I even have this as one of the bonuses, the 5 levels of awareness. Do I not have it in there? I think it's in there. There's different levels of awareness. What you're not aware of has control over you. Okay. So right now you're not aware of where you're operating during a call. That's not your fault. You've just never been, you don't have the skill to do that yet. So the simple way to do that is become aware when you're in one point. Be aware all the time where you're coming from with your intention. Are you in 1.0 or 2.0 constantly? Like right now, I'm not thinking about me. I'm thinking about all of you. I'm in the energy of service. My mindset is how can I serve you? How can I I'm all in on you. I'm in 100% in intention. I'm not thinking. Make sense? So when you first audit your calls like a surgeon, be like, fuck, I'm definitely being in the mechanics here. I'm definitely being like you gotta look at yourself first. Okay, then step number 2 is then become aware of the moments where during the call, while you're in the call, of where you're operating from and how do you do this? What's the how? Because I know you want the how. I want you to print out the states, the 1.0, 2.0 states. Okay. Print them out and put them on your walls. Okay. When you put this on your walls, you can see you have awareness. They don't become shadows. Even joy becomes a shadow. It's called a light shadow. Joy means if you don't allow joy, if you don't allow enthusiasm, by the way, they're not on there, but add them for yourself, create your own list. When you don't allow joy and enthusiasm, it's robbing you from your gifts that you get to bring into a call. So those are part of the 2.0 states: passion, excitement, joy. Right? So step number 2 is put it on where you can see it. All right? Game over for you and everyone else here. You got to see it.
Thank you.
Then you can just like shift, like, oh shit, I'm being a people pleaser, right? For most of you though, that could require a lot of work. So right now, I want you to put inside of the chat. Let's get really clear for all of you. What are the top 3 states that are your like default ones that are also in like 1.0 states? What are the top 3 kind of like you default to these? Okay, what are the top 3 you default to that also are a little bit limited? Right, a little bit limited. So put that in the chat. And then we're going to do the opposite of what are the 3 this rest of the week that you get to stretch into that are a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe it's rigor. Maybe it's like radical curiosity. When you're noticing you want to consult and tell them advice of what they should do, you just get more curious. Right? When you notice you're following and you're letting them talk, you get into leadership. Right? When you notice you're in doubt, you get into certainty. Right? When you notice you're not calm, you're in anxiety, you get into calm power. So again, these are the 1.0, 2.0. So what are the top 3 on both spectrums that you're all committed to for yourself? Both sides of the spectrum exist. We get to choose. There we go. Nice. What other questions do you guys have?
I got one.
Yeah, Mark.
You mentioned the what was the exact phrase that you said? Call the elephant out in the room before it comes out.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if you had a specific thing you were thinking about in that or in the call specifically, but is it like when you see a problem and they haven't said it yet, you calling it out, or is it something I'm make sure that I'm on the right track with you?
Yeah, it's like, this is more in the safety frame. The great question. So it's basically, think about this, right? It gets weird when you both don't know how much time there is allocated today. So like this is called the time frame. So you set the frame like, it's like just want to make sure you've got 60 minutes fully undistracted today. They feel safe knowing that you have 60 minutes allocated for them. So it's just like they're thinking, maybe I got to leave in 30 minutes or 20 minutes. So it's just getting on the same page with the what's expected over the next 60 minutes or 30 minutes. How many calls have you been on where like they got to go or they're in their car, right?
Yeah.
Or they're distracted. A distracted person does not buy. I've never bought in my car, only because it was a referral or it was like a trusted relationship. I have my own story around that. We all have our story about being in a car and like giving out a credit card. We just do, right? We just fucking do. Let's call that elephant out. It's true. Like, but that's the elephant. It's calling out what they're thinking already and getting it on the table.
Clear. Thank you.
Yeah. What else? What other questions do you guys have? No questions. Okay, so here's the lens. Here's the lens. So the homework today is to audit your calls like a surgeon. Like, get surgical. You are not that person you're watching. You're watching you, or another part of you. Excuse me. And when you do that, this is the lens. And I'll send this to you all. This is the lens. Okay. You're going to audit through their nervous system. You're looking at how they're perceiving you. What was the buyer experiencing me or the prospect? What was the buyer or the prospect assuming about me? Did they feel led or evaluated? You're looking at it from this lens, and in the lens of what's the meaning my energy created for them. This is massive. We're meaning making machines. We make shit up all the time, all the fucking time. You guys are making something up about me. You're interpreting something moment to moment. Right? I can look at each of you and make an interpretation, an assumption, and a judgment. Right? So, like, if you can spot your calls and see in the prospect, like, the meaning that your energy created for them, you can then take ownership and say, I created that shit. And then you can change it. It's magical when you can do that. And then what identity did I transmute? Leader identity, right? People pleaser identity. These are all identities, right? You can call them like models, modes, but they're identities, right? Was I the nice guy, the Mr. Nice Guy energy, the friend zone, the friend's energy, identity? So these are all identities. That's going to be the assignment. Now, in the WhatsApp, what I want you to do is every time you audit a call, share an audio drop. Share. What are you seeing? Like, you're going to see yourself on a different lens. You're going to see yourself looking at yourself at a level that you've never seen before. And so share those insights. Like, that's inspiring to see somebody else share what they're seeing that they didn't see before. That's amazing. That's magical. So use this container as a leverage point to share what you're seeing. So own the 1 minute. Own the 1 minute in the audio and just drop. What are you learning about yourself? And what are you committed to moving forward? What are you learning about yourself? What are you committed to? What are you learning about yourself? What are you committed to? So that's the assignment over the next day. Now, keep in mind that every day compounds, right? The who is now like the leadership identity, because this is about selling from authority today. The leader, right? That's going to go, that you're going to audit your calls every day until the end of the challenge. Now, you're going to continue doing the daily reach outs. How many of you did reach outs in the last 24 hours? Even one of them? Everybody? Okay. And if you didn't, I'd ask you, who was showing up? Was it 1.0 or 2.0? Who showed up? Right? There's no judgment. It's just like noticing, oh, interesting. That showed up. Right? And I've got those too. There's days where I'm like, I don't want to reach out. I don't feel like it. 1.0, right? But I go back to locking in my vision. My vision's bigger than my limitation. All of yours vision's bigger than your limitations. Too much is at fucking stake, isn't it? It fucking is. Yeah. So, what other questions do you have before we wrap this up? Comments, questions, anything?
Go. Do you have a pre-call process that when you're training people, you give them a document to go through before the call?
I'll give you a process because then you got to do something to learn the process. Okay, it's real simple. The process is you. Like, yes, I do, but it's I don't want to teach too much and get distracted because then there's too much going on, right? The process is make it about them. Literally say the word you, say the word their name, and I people want this magical process, and there is a process that works, but the process is going from inward focus to outward focus. Inward focus to outward focus. I don't care how you feel, but when you feel like shit, you're still thinking about yourself. When you go out into them, right, and you outward focus and make it about them, you start feeling better. It's just how it works. It's just how it works. When you feel like shit and you're in a rut, connect, make a phone call, connect with people. You'll feel better. It's just how it works. So the pre-call process is simply before you get on, say their name, right? And put the word you on a notepad or something that says YOU, because the opposite of you is me. 1.0, 2.0, 1.0, 2.0. So that's the process. It's as simple as that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it works. Sometimes simple works.
want to state the obvious and the awesome thing about like sometimes you'll know something, but when you're in a program and you're coached and you're told to do it, it just has so much more impact. So these past 2 weeks, we've structured the follow-ups ever since you just told me in a message, Patrick, and it turned into 140K in funding this week for our clients. And one of those clients I hadn't spoken to in like 4 months. I just called him like, "Hey, happy Thanksgiving," and he was like, I need some more funding, and boom, getting him 70K this week.
Fuck yeah, amazing.
So thank you.
Yeah. So I want everyone to own your wins. And right now, what I want you to do is put inside the WhatsApp chat so we all can see it. Put inside the WhatsApp chat what you're committed to over the next 24 hours. I'm going to look at it right now. Next 24 hours, how many reach outs? And is it one call review? Maybe it's two. Like, what are you actually committed to? And part of this commitment is also what state are you committed to showing up as? Who are you committed to showing up as? So we'll end with this. So drop that in the chat. Who are you committed to show up as? And then number two, reach outs. What's the reach out target? Remember, for me personally, 20 to 25 reach outs is impact, is somebody that crosses the line, right? 25 people. If I reach out to 25, I'll get 5 of them on a call. I'll get 2 of them in conversation with me that say yes. That's money right there. So it's a numbers game, and it gets to be fun. It gets to be easy. How many hearts do you get to connect with over the next 24 hours? How many hearts? How many humans? That's amazing. We get to connect with humans, right? And we can call them, and it's okay. Don't be scared, right? That's the shadow. That's the 1.0. No, don't call them. If we call them, they're not going to answer. No, call them and then leave them a voice note. They'll be like, holy shit, you're the only one that left me a voice note and called me in the same day in the last 5 years. They'll be so grateful. And then they'll be like, how can we work together? That's the energy. Okay, blow up that chat. I'm looking at that chat. Blow up that chat. Let me see those commitments. Okay, some of you got a call coming up. I know I have a 3-hour training with my program, so I'm going to jump back on. I'll see you all on the inside, and I'll have a recap by end of night. All right, we'll end this now. I'll see you all on the inside.
Thank you.